Hello, this is Darren Haverstick again, coming to you live from my home in Fairgrove, Missouri. I wanted to share with you my new present I got today. Actually, it's not a present, I traded a quiver for it, but this is my new turkey gun. And you might notice it looks a little different than turkey guns that you normally see with the thumb hole stock and the foregrip and all the camo and stuff. No, this is a gun right out of the 18th century. That's the 1700s for those of you who can't do math. And I want to tell you a little bit about it. A good friend of mine, John Pruitt, lives in Spring City, Tennessee, made it for me. I have a shotgun like this, similar to this, in 12 gauge, but I wanted a different barrel. The barrel that I had on my other one, that I have on my other gun, is a 12 gauge smoothbore, no choke on it. And I wanted a choke barrel because you get a lot better pattern, and that's what you need to kill turkeys. So I saved my pennies and I bought this barrel here. It's a Coleraine Griffin Fowler barrel with a turkey choke in it. It's kind of unusual. I didn't know Coleraine even made a Griffin barrel with a turkey choke. They have a special turkey choke barrel, but Scott at Coleraine said he had this one left over and he made me a real deal on it. It's octagoned around. I don't know if you can see this, but it's octagon here, and then the barrel tapers into a round barrel. It's a 20 gauge. The choke chokes it down from 20 gauge is 0.62, and it chokes it down to 0.58 if I remember right. Anyway, this barrel is very lethal on turkeys. I've seen results from several people who have them, and I said I've got to have one. So I bought the barrel, and I bought the lock kit. This is a large Siler lock. I love these Siler locks, mainly because I can get them left-handed. This is my dog Jake, my big bloodhound Jake, and he's helping me out here. Anyway, so I bought the barrel and the lock, and I had them sent to my buddy in Tennessee, John Pruitt. And John carved this stock out of some walnut he had laying around. He made the furniture for me, which is the trigger guard, and he had a trigger laying around. He made the butt plate. He made the side plate. I don't know if you can see this. He stamped on it Tennessee turkey choke, 20 gauge. And smoothed it up real nice, put these fancy little brass dealies here. He had the piping for the ramrod, and he made the ramrod and tiger striped it. And I'm quite pleased with it. Now another touch that John does is he made the sights for this gun. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a blade front sight. But on the top of the sight, he cuts a little groove and he puts a piece of fiber optic in there. A little piece of green or orange fiber optic, picks up the light really well. And on the back, he has a peep sight that he puts on there. And you line that peep sight up with the front target, front sight, anything in the hole is dead. And I proved that this evening. I couldn't wait to get home, get this gun, and there it was sitting on my porch, and it took me forever to unwrap it. I think John owns stock in a bubble wrap and tape company because he uses a lot of it. Anyway, I got the gun undone, quickly ran in my man cave, got my loading supplies, ran outside and killed 2 squirrels. Shot it 2 times, killed 2 squirrels. I said, well, that's good enough. So, broke the gun in right. I'm really excited about the way the stock is, the way it drops down. That way the stock is not in your face and you're not resting your cheek against it. And trust me, I've got another gun, my other flintlock shotgun. You rest your cheek on the butt right here, and when you shoot it, you get a bruise right here. And if you shoot it many times, you get a big bruise. This one here keeps the stock out of the way. Also, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a piece of walnut he made the stock out of, and he has inlaid it with Osage orange. which is beautiful wood, and if you know anything about archery, that's a preferred bow wood. Over time, this yellow will turn orange and then brown, and before too long, you probably won't be able to tell the difference between the walnut and the Osage. Right now, it shines up real nice. I guess that's about all I got to say about my new shooting iron. Except, for those of you who don't know anything about these types of guns, this is a traditional muzzleloader. This is a flintlock. Okay, what's a flintlock? Well, that's a piece of flint right there, and it hits this thing called a frizzen, makes a spark. And that spark sets off the gunpowder in this pan, which goes through a hole, right here, a vent hole, which lights the charge in the barrel, shoots the gun. This mechanism, I think it came about somewhere in the early to mid 1600s. Yeah, I'm going to say, well, actually early 1600s. Anyway, this was the height of technology for over 200 years until they came up with what they call a cap lock. Cap locks didn't last very long, and then they went right into what modern day bullets look like. But for over 200 years, this was it. And if it's good enough for our forefathers, it's good enough for me. I'm going to show you a little bit about loading one of these. For a shotgun, you've got several different parts you got to put in. Okay, and I'm not going to load it because then I have to go out and shoot it. Okay, you got your powder. So you pour your powder in the barrel. Then you need to put something over the powder to separate it from the shot. Okay, and there's lots of different things you can use. People use shaved cedar bark. They use hornet's nest, wasp nest, felt wads. Right now, since I just got the gun, I haven't had a chance to experiment with it much, but I'm using these little 1/8 inch thick cardboard wads soaked in oil, so they're a little bit flexible. The reason I need that is because these are for 20 gauge, and I've got to get it through that choke in the barrel, which is actually smaller than 20 gauge, so they got to be able to bend. So I pour my powder in, then on top of my powder I put 2 of these. One, this kind of acts as a cushion between the explosiveness of the powder and the shot. So I put these in, then I take my shot. This is number 6 chilled lead shot. For squirrels I use about 1 ounce. And I pour that in. And now I need something to put in on top of it to keep it all from running out the barrel. And that's when you use an overshot card. It's a very thin, kind of a stiff piece of paper. Put that in there. And you use your ramrod. Poke it down. Now you don't stack them all in there and poke them all down at once. You poke them down individually. So you pour the powder in, then you put your over powder card and you push those down. You pour your shot in, and you put your overshot card and push that in. And contrary to popular belief, like you see on the movies, you never do this to a muzzleloader. Never. If you do that, your chances of leaving a gap between your components down here is pretty good, and that's bad for you and bad for the gun. No, you just use this and with firm pressure, set everything. Okay? Alright, so we got our gun loaded. Now, if I want to fire it, this is the half cock position. That's usually what I have it at. The frizzen is closed. Flip the frizzen open. Use my priming powder. The powder I use in the barrel, I usually use, for this gun I use a 3F powder. This is my priming powder. This is a 4F. It burns a little faster, a little hotter. I put, not very much, maybe 1/3 of a pan full in there. Put that in there. Shut my frizzen. Okay. And then when I'm ready to shoot, cock it all the way back, and then hear that click. That's a big loud click, and trust me, turkeys can hear that. And when I want to fire it, I just pull the trigger, and you see that spark there. That spark would ignite the powder in the pan, hopefully. the heat of the fire, not the actual powder itself, but the heat of the fire will ignite the powder in the barrel, and the gun goes off. And this one went off twice when I shot it. Killed 2 squirrels with it. I'm very happy. It's turkey season in Missouri right now, fall turkey season, and I really, really, really hope to break this gun in on a turkey. I can just get them to cooperate. So there you have it, and thanks for watching.